Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Well, today I'm doing something a little different. It's been a morning. It's been a morning where I need some just regular old coffee. So I'm making some pecan pie coffee. And I'm going to have some of this creamer with it that I also added some Italian sweet cream to because I'm trying to finish up the creamers. So, and another thing I want to do, I want to finish up this unsweetened soy milk. So I'm going to froth it. And hopefully that'll be tasty. So I got this little frother a long time ago, and it does a good job. So I'm going to go ahead and froth this. And soy milk froths really, really nicely. Whoa. Really need two hands for this, but there we go. So, if you want to make a latte, you can definitely use soy milk. Okay, I think that's good. All right, let's make this coffee, and I'll tell you all about my morning. So this morning when I got up, the dogs sleep downstairs. They don't sleep up in the bedroom with me. I got into that habit when I was still with Tom. He didn't like the dogs in the bedroom, so, you know, you make concessions for those people that mean a lot to you. So anyway, the dogs sleep downstairs. So I came down this morning, and Mr. Bandit had peed in the kitchen, and Miss Lizzie peed in the dining room. So we started off with that. Ooh, that looks good. I need something to put on top. Hang on. I have some cocoa sugar. Had that for a long time. I really should start using it up. So I'm going to sprinkle that on top. I'm not a barista, so I can't make the fancy heart or anything like that. But I could practice doing that. So, all right, let's give this a taste. I'm sure it'll be good. Cheers. It's good. All right, so I wanted to treat myself this morning because I had such a goofy morning. And then I let the dogs outside, and they decided they were going to chase something. I'm assuming it was either a mouse or a chipmunk. And it ran under my rain barrel. And so they were out there digging and having a fit, trying to get whatever it was, and almost knocked my rain barrel over. So then I had to do some deep breathing and taking some deep breaths because I was not a happy camper with these guys. They didn't get their morning treat, and Bandit hurt his foot while he was digging. So that was the fun morning I had. So now I'm going to try and reverse things and get a little bit more positive attitude. I let them out a second time. I went out and watered everything because we're supposed to get rain. We've been supposed to be getting rain for days, and it hasn't really happened. So I went out and watered, and they were on house arrest while I was out there. So by the time I came in, I was all calmed down again, and then they got their morning treat after I let them out again, and they behaved themselves. So, life with dogs. Anyway, I guess we all have our days. I'm going to enjoy my latte, and I will meet you at the budget book. Okay, back at the budget book. So yesterday I did not spend any money. I stayed home, and today I'm not planning on spending any money either. There's a few things that I'm going to get from Walmart eventually, but I still have enough I want to use up first. So I'll do that next week on a day. It's not a whole lot. It's a few things. So, but today I don't plan on spending any money. It's going to be 86 degrees, so it's going to be hot. So I might meet my friend up at the pool, but as I was watering my garden today, there's a lot of work I need to do out there. I need to pull out those nasty weeds from the cottonwood tree. I'm still working on that. And I also need to cut down my spinach and cook that up because it's bolted, and I want to use it up before it totally is nasty tasting. So I have a lot of things to do out in the garden. You know, for such a small garden, it's a lot of work, even though it isn't in the ground. But I'm working on getting a system going, and I want to set up some sort of a sprinkler system. I have some old sprinkler hose that I pulled out from a different part of the garden that I'm going to give a try, and then maybe I won't have to water every day, although the watering isn't really that bad. You know, it takes me maybe 20 minutes to water the garden in the back, and it only takes like 10 minutes to water the flowers in the front because I usually only water the pots. So I'm enjoying my latte here. It's very tasty. That's chocolate. I just needed a treat this morning. I haven't been that angry at these guys in a long time. Oh, they do so many shenanigans out in that garden. And I try so hard to make it nice. You know, when you're not in the best physical condition, you have to really, really pick and choose what you're going to do that day. And in the summer, I kind of have to concentrate on the outside of the house because I let everything go. So when I'm on the outside, the inside gets let go. When I'm on the inside, the outside gets let go. I can't do it all anymore, but they're things that I like to do. So I don't really want to give them up yet either. So the garden was, for me, wouldn't have been for a normal physical shaped person, but for me the garden was a very, very, I don't even know the word, huge undertaking, let me put it that way. Even though it was just moving planter boxes around, it's all the lifting and the dragging around and the rearranging and the moving of the soil, and it really was a huge undertaking for me. So next year it will be easier because now I've got a little bit of a system going, and if I can get a sprinkler system set up, that would be the bomb. So anyway, that's the plan. And then in the house, I'm trying to make things easier too, but you know, it's always more work until you get to where you want to be. So something has to go on the back burner, and right now it's the house. So I have so much laundry to do, and that's my fault. It's only me. I don't do anybody else's laundry. But at night, by the time I, get into my pajamas and things, I'm really tired, so I just put it in the dirty laundry pile. So, and I have laundry to put away, so I need to work on that too. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy my coffee and work on my morning pages. And somebody asked me to talk a little bit about the morning pages, so I'll come back in a little bit and I will do that. All right, I need to zen out a little bit here because that was not a good morning. All right, I'll be back. Okay, well, it's getting hot out there. I just finished watering the front. So everything's taken care of. It should be good because it's going up to 86 today. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the morning pages. And I got this book a lot of years ago, many years ago. And it's called The Artist's Way. And it's by Julia Cameron. And this is what gave me the idea of the morning pages. And it's actually a course in discovering and recovering your creative self. And it's a really good book, and you can see I've got a lot of pages marked here. So I go back to it every now and then and, you know, freshen up my, my knowledge of what goes on in the book. And she gives a lot of different exercises. And it's taken from an artist's spin, like if you have artist block or writer's block, but it can be used for anything in your life. It doesn't just have to be that, you know. If things aren't going your way and you feel like you're blocked for whatever reason, it gives a lot of good ideas and insights. So this is what I'm writing my morning pages in right now, and I have other books because I've been doing this for a number of years off and on, and sometimes I forget, I get busy, and then I stop doing it, and then it's like, oh, I should get back to doing the morning pages because I find them very useful. So anyway, that is the morning pages, and for me, I don't do it like exactly the first thing when I get up. That's, I think, when you're supposed to do it. But I do it in the morning with my coffee after I make my first couple videos, which is, of course, my coffee chat and my budget book chat. So, and then I do my morning pages. And I used to do them outside in the garage all the time. I had a little area there where I would sit, and it didn't matter what the weather was. I could sit out there all the time. And I want to get back to getting the garage cleaned up so that I can do that. But now I have the deck, but obviously I can't sit out there when it's raining because the top of the deck is open. So I really enjoy that. It's actually a creative outlet, writing the pages. For me, it's a creative outlet. And when I find that when I write the morning pages, I'm more focused on what it is that I want to create in my life. So it's about time again that I reread this book. It's been a while since I read it. And you don't really have to read it cover to cover. You know, you can read the different parts of it, whatever pertains to you. So another thing that I wanted to share with you guys is I was setting up my little outdoor speaker, was trying to get it to pair with my phone, and I did manage to do that. So when I play music on my Alexa, oh, she turned on. She heard me. I can play the same music through my phone and through my speaker. So you can do spa music. You can do Zen music, you know, if you want to meditate. I mean, there's all kinds of different things. And if you have Amazon Music, which I don't have because you have to pay extra for that, you can have even more choices. I just have the basic. I have Amazon Prime, and it does have a music feature to it. So that's what I use, and that's good enough for me. But while I was setting that up, there is a whole list of things that she can do. She can help print your shopping list. They printed a test sheet because apparently I can connect her to my printer, which is what I did. It's like, oh, that's a cool feature. So I can tell her to print something and then she will print it. So, but she also prints a to-do list. She can find recipes for you and print those out. You say, you know, A, find a cookie recipe. A, print my shopping list, etc. She also can print some Sudoku, crossword puzzle. She can print a maze for you. And she can also print math and reading worksheets to help you learn. So that might be something good for the kids. And also she can reorder ink for you. I don't know if there's other things that she can do. I'm thinking there probably is. But that I stumbled upon this by accident when I was setting up the speaker, and it was looking for devices, and I saw it brought up my printer, and I thought, oh, that would be nice. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, talk a little bit about the morning pages, because a couple of you have asked about that and what they are. So I kind of have my own spin on it. You know, I don't necessarily follow the book 100%, but I use it as a guideline. And in the book, too, she talks about all kinds of things to do yourself, which right now is the phase of life that I'm in and trying to embrace. Well, I am embracing it. And she has a lot of suggestions about going off on your own and finding the inner artist in you and not always relying on other people or going by other people's agenda. You know, it's important to go by your own agenda. So, all right, I just wanted to talk about that. I still have oregano. Oh, boy. I'm on batch number 3 that I'm dehydrating, and I still have a whole bucket full. So we'll get it done. Was that a bug? I just wasn't. No, it was a hair. Ew. So anyway, I'm going to get on with my day, and since it's Sunday, it's another day where I'm just going to go and do some easy chores. I'm not going to do anything heavy. I'm not going to go crazy with a to-do list and you know, be upset if I don't get everything done. So I'm trying to embrace that type of lifestyle. Just sort of slow, relaxed, simple, and easy. Of course, not everything is easy. I understand that. But, you know, make it as easy as possible. So, okay, I will be back later. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do other than my oregano. But I'll think of something. Okay, for dinner today, I wanted to make this out of the Skinny Meals from Dollar Tree. And it's actually shells with kale and a cheese sauce. Well, I didn't have shells. I had macaroni. And I had this stuff on hand. And I want to use it up. So I had some mini peppers, some onion that I had cut up. I have some green onion, some 4-cheese blend. I have some heavy whipping cream that I want to use up, and I may just make some butter out of the rest of that before it goes bad. I'm trying to use up this big thing of soy milk and Parmesan cheese. So the recipe calls for some garlic, and I also have that garlic from Costco. So anyway, I'm using just things that I have. And I'm going to have a little salad, that's why this is cut up, but peppers and onions are also in here. So this is the dish, and look at how cheesy that is. Yum. So anyway, it's a good way to use up what I have, and that's enough for probably 3 meals. And I made it in my little Temu cooker. I cooked the pasta and spinach in there. I didn't use kale. I had spinach that I had to harvest from the garden because it was bolting. So just using things that I have, using things up. So that's tonight's meal. I'm going to dish it up and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here is dinner tonight. The salad, the lettuce is from the garden. The cucumber, peppers, and onions from the store. And this, I was just using up what I have, so I looked for a recipe in my little cookbook, and that's what I found. So I improvised. I didn't have all the ingredients that they called for. And actually, I had some extra. I had some mushrooms I wanted to use up, so I used those. And I think that looks like a good meal. Let me give it a taste. That's really tasty. So if you have a recipe that you think you might like, and you don't have all the ingredients, but you have similar ingredients, you can switch out the cheese, you can switch out the pasta, you can add things, take away things, and come up with a good meal. So, all right, I'm going to eat my dinner, and I'll be back. All right, that was a good dinner. It was very filling, and I used up ingredients that I had, which is my goal for the next year. I want to get my bills paid off, hopefully. May take a year and a half yet, but I'm going to give it a good try to get it paid off in a year from this month. So we'll see. So anyway, here is the recipe. And like I said, I use things that I had on hand. I used spinach instead of kale. I added mushrooms. I used heavy cream to try and use that up, and I used soy milk. So I kind of made a combination of the two. But, you know, put in there what you have. And this should be a very forgiving recipe. It's something that you could even make with cheddar cheese, or this would be really good adding some goat cheese to it. That would be really tasty, or some feta cheese. So anyway, that is the recipe. And so today it was, you know, it was a good day. I harvested most of the spinach. So now I still have a bag of it left. And I'll just eat some of it as a salad, and then I might even cook some of it. I can make an omelet from it. I have eggs, so I could chop it up and put it in an omelet. I could make a frittata with it, like a spinach frittata. I could make a spinach quiche out of it. I can make lots and lots of things. So anyway, today, this is not kind of bad, it's very bad. The grocery store where my grandson used to work, it's a grocery store in North Olmsted, which is not far from me here. And we lived in North Olmsted for over 20 years. That's where my kids went to school. So anyway, Ryan doesn't work there anymore. He hasn't worked there for a while, quite a while actually. But when he got his new job, he actually kept the job at Giant Eagle. And he used to work in the customer service department, and he was kind of all over the store. He wasn't a stock boy per se, and he wasn't a cashier. He kind of worked in the office there. So anyway, today, some nutcase, there's so many nutcases out there. It's terrible. He came in there and he shot his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend. And I can see why she got rid of this bozo, but that didn't help her any. And then he shot her 7 times, and then he killed himself. So, I don't know. I just don't understand why some people are so crazy. I mean, we all have stuff, I'm sure most of us have had romantic relationships that have gone south, and I've never ever wanted to go shoot anybody. So that's pretty tragic. I guess she wasn't a real young person, but my grandson said she was older. So, but you never know. You never know what kind of nuts you're going to meet out there. So be careful. Trust but verify. And before you get too involved with somebody that's that crazy, get out of Dodge. So anyway, that was pretty upsetting news, especially since my grandson worked there. And I'm just very thankful, because that was an area that he worked in. I think she was working in customer service at the time. And that was an area where my grandson worked a lot. So, well, thank God he didn't hurt anybody else, but that poor woman, I just feel really bad for her family. So anyway, I don't want to end the video on a downer note. It's pretty warm today, and it took me a while to cut that spinach down. I watered this morning, but I could almost go out there and water again because everything looked pretty dry. And the spinach was already bolting, so I just cut off the viable leaves and the rest went in the composter. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. Stay safe out there. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.